Alright everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Erin Westerman and I am so grateful that you are joining me here today. So when I'm recording this, it is Easter Sunday, and I know for a lot of us, today looks a little bit different than it normally does. So oftentimes a day filled with family and friends now is a little bit more lonely. So I'm hoping to bring a little bit of something to you, to spread a little bit of joy, a little gratitude, and share this beautiful day with you. I decided to practice out here today because it's gorgeous out, even though now it's slowly getting a little bit colder. But we have this beautiful tree that's in bloom right behind me that I have been absolutely loving every time I've been going out on walks. So, like I said, just wanted to bring a little bit of that beauty and positivity into your home. So, we're going to get started. Today we have a really fun vinyasa yoga flow. So, like we've talked about before, vinyasa really means to flow from one pose to another. So it's not just about landing in the posture, but it's just as much about how you get there. So it's not all about the destination, but also the journey. So really think and be mindful and focus on your breath and your body during the transitions from one pose to another. So that's what we're really going to focus on today, and just having some fun. So let's do it. You may start the playlist. It is linked below, and if you've gotten this from Facebook or Instagram or wherever, then you know I've already shared it with you. So you may begin that playlist, and we'll get started today at the back of our mats. I have to start my watch or else we'll be practicing forever. Sorry. Let's take a deep breath in. Bring those hands up high to the sky. And then exhale, press them down. Inhale, the hands come up. And then exhale to press them down. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, grasp the hands together. Breathe in to reach. And exhale this time. We're bringing the hands over to the right side, crescent moon. So those hips are really pressing out toward the left, feeling that nice side body stretch on the left side. Deep breath in. And exhale, bring it back. Inhale to reach. And exhale this time over to the left side. So my hips are pressing out to the right side, feeling that right side body stretch. Inhale. And exhale back to center. Deep breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Keep that flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Bring those hands up high to the sky. Maybe you find that back bend. Samasthiti. Bring your hands down through heart center. Let's take a deep breath in. And exhale, Tadasana mountain pose. So heel toe, those feet to hips with distance. Now here in Tadasana, we're going to take a quiet moment to maybe set an intention for the practice, if that's what feels right. So you can think of a word or a feeling that you want to cultivate some more of in your life. Maybe there's a special someone who you could dedicate your practice to that could just use a little extra love. When you have that word, that feeling, or that person, breathe it in. And then exhale, Samasthiti, hands to heart center. So we're gonna go over a fun little flow that I posted in my Instagram stories and on my Wanderous Facebook page the other day. So we're gonna break it down a little bit, starting in Samasthitihi at the back of our mat. Let's take a deep breath in. And exhale to forward fold. Now let's start to walk the hands forward, coming into downward facing dog. Now for most of us, this is our first down dog of the day, so we're gonna see how it feels. Bend one knee and then the other. And not pass any judgment here, but just noticing how the body feels. And then begin to come to stillness. We'll take a deep breath in as we bring that right leg up high to the sky. And exhale, bend the knees, stack and open up the hip for down dog hip opener on the right side. Breathe in. And exhale, maybe we bend the knee even more, making some circles here with the knee, the hip, the ankle. We'll take one more inhale. And on the exhale, bringing it back to three-legged dog. Right leg high to the sky. Inhale. And exhale, bringing that right leg forward in between the hands. We're coming into Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. So, as we often talk about in crescent lunge, that back foot is stacked, heel over the ball of the foot. We have this nice, about 90-degree angle in the front leg. Breathe in. And exhale, bending those elbows, active fingertips here, so our pinkies are pointing inward. Breath in and out. Take a little farther, opening up the heart. Option here by bringing the hands together behind the back. As you clasp those hands together, come into that bind. Maybe you begin to bring the chest open, the throat, the heart open. Deep breath in. And exhale. Now we're beginning to fall forward, hinging at the hips. We're going to place all of our weight into this front leg, this right leg, as we slowly tap the left toes up until we can come into airplane pose. Now in airplane, we can have the hands pressing down like airplane wings, or bring the hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in. And exhale to standing split. So bringing those hands down to the mat, or maybe to the right leg. Left leg comes up as high as we can. Deep inhale here. And then exhale, see if you can open up the hips as much as possible. Deepest breath yet. And then on the exhale, forward fold. Inhale to half lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift again. And exhale to fold. Toes come to touch. And slight separation at the heels. Utkatasana, chair pose. So we're sitting down just like we're in a chair. Breath in. And exhale, sit down a little bit deeper. Inhale. And exhale, bring hands down through heart center. Breathe in to reach through the heart. And exhale, we're twisting to the right side. Hook your left elbow to right knee. Now your left knee wants to pop in front, so give a little peek. Don't let it. Breath in. And exhale, option to fly those arms. Now, if it's in your practice, another option here is to come into side crow. If you're not going for side crow today, forward fold whenever you're ready. So in side crow, we'll bend the knees, come up onto the tippy toes. I like to keep my left elbow attached to the right leg. So right here, kind of in that hip crease, is my favorite spot. Plant both hands. Now, the right elbow needs to be touching the right hip crease. So it's all about where you place your elbows. And then you begin to put a little bit more weight. And I have slippery clothes, so it's not really going to happen for me today. But sometimes, if you're not wearing bunny ears, it can be nice to use your head as a third point of contact. But we will forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, toes to touch. Exhale, slight separation at the heels. Utkatasana chair pose. And sit down a little bit deeper. Deep breath in, reach through your heart. And exhale, bring hands down through heart center. We'll inhale to reach. And exhale, twist to the left side. This time we're hooking the right elbow to the left knee. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now on this side, it's your right knee that's going to pop in front, so just give a little peek and say no thank you. Option to fly those arms. Breath in. And exhale, forward fold, or try for your side crow on this side by bending the knees, coming up on the tiptoes. Elbows are making contact with the knee crease and the hip crease. Let's see if we got it a little better on this side. I like to walk my toes toward the other edge of the mat. Not today, folks. Let's forward fold. Bend one knee and then the other. And then maybe you sway side to side. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift again. And exhale, if you're at the back of your mat, walk your hands forward. Otherwise, we're finding high plank. Now taking chaturanga here, high to low plank. Keep those elbows in. If that means you have to keep your knees down on the ground, it's all good. Elbows in, high to low plank. Inhale through baby cobra or upward facing dog, whatever lifts your heart. Now exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Breathe in as you bring that right leg up, left leg up high to the sky. And exhale, bend the knee, stack and open up the hip, down dog hip opener, left side. Maybe you make some circles here with the knee, the hip, the ankle. Breath in and out. Let's take one more inhale here and exhale, bringing it back to three-legged dog on the left side. Deep inhale, reach through the toes, and exhale, bring that leg forward in between the hands. Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Now again, back foot stacked. Generous bend in our front knee. Breathe in. And a breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more deep inhale. And exhale. We're cracking that chest open, that heart open. Open the shoulders. Shoulders roll back behind you, maybe like we did on the other side. Clasp the hands behind the back. Breath in. And exhale, slowly beginning to come forward. Putting all of our weight into the left leg. Right leg comes up little by little until we bring it parallel to the mat if we can for airplane pose. One more deep breath in. And exhale, back foot comes to the edge of the mat. Front foot meets it. Knees come to the edges of the mat as we make our way to child's pose. And walk your palms forward, your fingertips forward. Take a deep breath in and out. Breathing in and breathing out. In the spirit of bunny day, we'll take rabbit's pose. So bringing our knees nice and close together, creating a space for our belly to lay on top of. And then the hands come behind the back, maybe touching down onto our ankles, forehead, potentially rest down on the mat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Cat-cow. So coming into tabletop position and then taking a few cat-cow poses at your own pace. So pressing up like a Halloween cat with the back rounding that back. And then the opposite, drawing the belly down, the chest comes up, the head comes up, hips up toward the sky. And then switch. A few more of these at your own pace. And then hands walk forward, press your hips up, downward facing dog. Bend one knee and then the other. And start to walk the feet up the mat. Plant the left foot, right foot comes forward. So you have about a foot, maybe a little bit more in between your feet. We're coming into pyramid pose. So the most important thing is that our left hip is forward, our right hip is back. So left hip forward, right hip back. Hinge at the hips. You can give yourself a little bit more space if that's what your body is calling for. We're hinging at the hips. Maybe you have a little bend in that front knee. Deep inhale. And exhale. Breath in. And exhale. We're going to bring all 10 toes to face one side. So we heel toe the feet as far as we can, coming into Prasarita Padottanasana, our wide-legged forward fold. So option to bring the hands to the hips here, and then slowly hinge at the hips. Take your time. Now, lots of different options in our wide-legged forward fold. You decide what feels good for you. Maybe you're working on bringing the hands or the forearms closer to the mat, or maybe the head. If you have an inversion in your practice, like a headstand, Sirsasana, this is a great time to work on that, either by planting the hands and then the head into a tripod, with or without coming into tripod first. Or maybe using our basket headstand method by making that basket with your hands. I like to pretend that these fingers are grasping around a ponytail or a bun, whether they are or not. Then you plant the forearms onto the mat. This quickly became a headstand tutorial video. Plant forearms onto the mat. Begin to press those hips up. So we'll take one more deep breath in here in our wide-legged forward fold, or wherever you are. It's exactly where you need to be. Inhale. And exhale, hinge at the hips, brings you back up. And what we do on one side, we must do on the other. So we're going to start shifting our hips toward the left side of the mat, coming into pyramid pose on the other side. So now it's our left leg that's in front, right leg behind. However, it is our right hip in front, left hip toward the back. Deep breath in. And exhale, hinge at the hips, reaching down over that left leg. Again, you can have a generous bend in that left knee. Careful not to lock out the knees. Breath in and out. Deep inhale and exhale. Let's take our deepest breath yet. And then exhale. We're going to pivot the feet one more time into Prasarita Padottanasana, our wide-legged forward fold. Breath in as the hands come up. And exhale, hinge at the hips, maybe bringing the hands to the hips for a little extra stability. Now this time focusing on some nice twist. You can press one hand to the mat, and the other one comes up to the sky or behind the back. If you want to take this a little bit deeper in your twist, you can bring your right arm to the left leg, then left hand comes up, breath in, and then exhale to switch. Left hand comes onto the right leg, right hand comes up, inhale, and exhale, walk the hands back to center. Toes now point out toward the front corners of our mat. We're coming into goddess pose. So a nice deep goddess squat, deep breath in. And exhale, cactus those arms out. We're opening up the chest. Breathe in. Exhale, feel your shoulders roll back behind you. Breathe in. And breath out. Let's sit down just a little bit deeper. You got it. Breathing in. And exhale. So you can stay right here, or option to come up on the right toes and pulse for 3, 2, 1. Good work. Option to come up on the left toes and pulse for 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna get a little extra twist going here. Bring the hands down onto the tops of the thighs. Now we'll begin by pressing the left shoulder down toward the center of the body. And as we do this, notice how I'm pressing my hand and pushing forward a little bit. So I'm pressing to open up the hips at the same time that I'm getting this nice twist. So deep breath in here. And exhale, come back to the center. Let's take one more inhale. And then exhale, we'll dip our right shoulder this time, breathing in. And exhale, notice how we're pressing the right leg, opening up the hips, breathing in. And exhale, we're gonna cartwheel the hands down as we come into lizard pose. So in lizard, we can have that back knee up or down, you decide. So lizard posture is a nice deep hip opener. We can choose to open the hips even more by rolling the foot out toward the left side. Deep inhale. And then exhale, we're going to bring that foot back as we make our way into half pigeon, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. So now that left knee is as close as possible to this left wrist. Our right leg back on the mat behind us. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, begin to bring the upper body down onto the mat as well. Breathing into this deep breathing into this deep hip opener. My oh my. Coming back to your breath. Coming back to your intention. Deep inhale. And exhale, walk the hand back toward the knee. Option to bend this right knee, reach for it with either or both hands. And then press yourself up to downward facing dog. Breathe in as you bring one leg up and then the other. Making some circles here with the knee, the hip, the ankle. And then when you're ready, inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, bring it forward. Slowly let the left knee rest down on the mat. Or if your expression of lizard has your back knee up, you do you, boo-boo. Now in lizard option, again, to start heel toeing this foot toward the right side of the mat. See where you can find a little release here. So notice how I was just clenching my back toes. And I let them soften. So see where you can soften, see where you can release a little bit of tension. We know this is a deep hip opener. We know that a lot of emotion, a lot of tension in the body and the mind comes up here, so you don't have to cause extra tension. Breath in and exhale. Begin to heel toe this foot to the other side of the mat, so you can bring your right knee as close as possible to the right wrist, coming into Ekapata Raja Kapotasana, half pigeon on the right side. Now when you're ready, begin to walk the hands down onto the mat. Again, see where you can find a little release, see where you can open up the body. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, begin to walk the hands back toward the knee. Option to bend the left knee, reach for it with either or both hands. And then we'll make our way back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. And exhale, hop, step, or jump to the top of your mat. Let's forward fold when we get there. And maybe you take ragdoll, grabbing hands to opposite elbows, letting the head and the neck hang. Just letting it be heavy. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Deep breath in, root to rise, hands come high to the sky. Maybe you find that back bend if that's been feeling good for you. Samasthiti. Hands come down through heart center. Breath in and a breath out. If you're not already at the top of your mat, make your way toward the top of your mat. Breath in and exhale to forward fold. Inhale, half lift, keep that flat back, and exhale, fold. Inhale to halfway lift again, and exhale, chaturanga, plant those hands, high plank. Now exhale to low plank, elbows stay in toward the body, so remember if you have those knees down to get there, do what feels good for you. anything that lifts your heart here. And then exhale, press back. This time into child's pose. Take your time. Breathe in, reach up with that right hand. And exhale, threading the needle, bringing the right hand underneath the left. Now we're resting on the right side of the face, the right side of the body. You can stay right here like this, or option to walk the left toes toward the edge of the mat. Maybe the left toes come up off the mat. Same thing with the left hand. Now, as long as we're not putting too much pressure on the right shoulder, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more inhale. That's what I mean, too much pressure on the right shoulder. And then exhale. We will find our way back to child's pose. Take a deep breath in child's pose. And then exhale. Breathe in, bring that left arm up high to the sky, and exhale. Thread it through underneath the right arm. Now this time, we're resting on the left side of the face, the left side of the body. Option to walk the right toes toward the edge of the mat. Then maybe the right toes come up off the mat. Maybe the right arm comes up off the mat. As long as we're not putting too much pressure on the left shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's take a few cat-cows at our own pace. Downward facing dog. Plant the hands, hips come up. Breathe in as you bring that right leg up for three-legged dog. And exhale, bring the right leg forward in between the hands. Hands come up, back foot, 45-degree angle as we come into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So our hips are still facing the front of the room or the direction of our right knee. Deep inhale as you bring those hands up. And exhale, hands come down through heart center. We'll take one more inhale, hands come up. And exhale, open up the hips into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So now that back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. We have a nice, generous bend in the front knee. We have our hips open. Arms come out. And now we're looking out over the right fingertips, finding a drishti, a non-moving focal point. Take a deep breath in as you reach as far forward as you can. And exhale, reverse, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. So now this left hand can be behind the back or anywhere on the left leg, whatever feels like a little extra support for you. Breathing in. And exhale to side angle. We're placing little to no weight on our right forearm, really using the core to hold us up. Inhale and exhale. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring it back, reverse your warrior. One more inhale. And exhale to side angle, or maybe you bring it all the way down to extended side angle. Hand comes down to the mat. If you have a bind in your practice, now is a lovely time to work on that. So we're bringing the right hand underneath the left legs, left hand underneath the legs, left hand comes behind the back. Now, hopefully, you can clasp the hands together behind your back. Now, if that's easy peasy, I challenge you to start walking the left foot up the mat. Then plant the left foot. Then the right foot comes up and maybe you find bird of paradise. Let's all forward fold. And maybe we sway here. Option to bring peace fingers around the big toes. Just let that head rest, let it be heavy. Inhale to half lift, release those hands. And exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift again. And exhale, chaturanga, high plank, low plank. Inhale through upward facing dog, baby cobra, whatever lifts your heart. Now exhale, press back, downward dog. Breathe in, bring that left leg up high to the sky, three-legged dog. And inhale, we're bringing it forward in between the hands. Back foot comes to about a 45-degree angle. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Now our hips are still facing the front of the room. Nice generous bend in this front knee, about 45, 90-degree angle. 45-degree angle with that back foot on the mat. Math in everyday life. Deep breath in. And exhale. We'll take one more deep inhale. And exhale, opening the hands up, opening the hips up. Back foot comes to be parallel to the back of the mat. Still generous bend in that front knee. So we come into warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Breath in. And a breath out. Deep inhale, reach as far forward as you can. Exhale, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Remembering to keep a bend in that front knee. Breathe in. And exhale, side angle. We're placing little to no weight on the left forearm. Using the core to hold you up. Inhale. And exhale, bring it back, reverse your warrior. Deep inhale. And exhale to extended side angle, bringing the hand all the way down to the mat. Now maybe if you tried this on the other side, see how it feels to go for a bind. Bringing the left hand underneath the legs, trying to grasp it behind your back with your right hand. Now, on this side, we will start to tiptoe the right foot up to the mat, or up the mat. Put our weight in the right leg, and then slowly, maybe we lift up for bird of paradise, or bird of prey, as one of my friends likes to call it. Wherever you are, cartwheel those hands down. Deep inhale as you halfway lift. And exhale. We'll make our way all the way down onto the mat. Laying on the belly. Head resting on the hands. One cheek this time. And if it feels good, you can windshield wiper the toes back and forth. Or bend the knees and windshield wiper the knees from left to right. Make your way back to stillness. On our next inhale, we'll come up together into locust pose, Salabhasana. So in locust pose, we will be resting very comfortably on our pelvis. So we'll bring our upper body up and our lower body up. So inhale brings you up, and exhale to stay. Inhale up. Exhale, stay. Deepest breath yet. You got this. And exhale, bring it down, opposite cheek to the mat. And now maybe you windshield wiper once again. Find stillness. This time on Salabhasana Locust Pose, I encourage you to do a different hand motion. So maybe you hold a block or a shoe or a dog or a pillow or whatever in your hands in front of you. Maybe you have cactus arms, Superman, Superwoman arms. Maybe you clasp your hands behind you. So wherever you are going, inhale brings you up and exhale, stay. Breath in. Exhale, bring it all the way down. Maybe you windshield wiper those legs back and forth. Now you have the option here to come into Dhanurasana floor bow, which is bending the knees. We're grabbing for the outside edge of the ankles, and as we press the chest up, we're also pulling the legs back behind us. So if that's not your style, take another Salabhasana Locust Pose with a different hand variation. Anywhere we're going, inhale brings us up, and exhale, stay. Deep breath in, and exhale, bring it all the way down. Let those legs windshield wiper. Baby cobra, we're gonna take it really, really small here. So coming onto the forearms, and just a slight lift of the chest, of the neck. And then exhale, bring it down. Inhale a little bit more, baby cobra. And exhale, bring it down. Inhale a little bit more. And exhale, bring it down. We have 3 more, so we're going to try to end up all the way in upward facing dog, if that is in your practice. Maybe bringing the chest up and even bringing those knees up off the ground. Deep breath in. And exhale, child's pose. Breath in. And a breath out. Let's take one more deep inhale. And then exhale. Kick your legs out in front of you, coming to lay down on the mat. You've worked hard, and now it is almost time to rest. Take a deep breath in. And exhale it out. Shoulders stand. Bringing the shoulders slightly underneath the back, making sure to support the low back here with the hands. And then just making whatever movements feel good, maybe some bicycle kicks, some splits, eagle legs. Within your practice, you can bring your toes all the way back into plow pose. Breath in. And a breath out. Begin to roll back down. We're bending the knees, planting the feet onto the mat. And then when you're ready, you can either stay right like this if you're all set. That's cool. Otherwise, we're taking it into bridge pose, so shoulders come slightly underneath the back. And then just let those hips bow up to the sky. Breathe in. And out. Deep inhale. And exhale. Bring it all the way down. We'll take one more just like that. Or if you have a full wheel in your practice, you can take full wheel by planting hands to either side of the ears and pressing up. Wherever you are, take a deep inhale. And exhale, and then we will slowly bring it down onto the mat. Knees are still bent. We'll begin to windshield wiper those knees back and forth. As we come into supine twist. So the next time the legs fall over to the left side, just let them stay. Maybe the right arm opens up. You might look out over the right side. To give yourself a little self-assist, you can place the left hand toward the knee, or press the left hand down the thigh, opening up this line from the right shoulder to the right knee. Deep inhale. And then exhale, let's bend those knees and windshield wiper back and forth. The next time your legs fall over to the right side, let them stay. Maybe you look out over the left shoulder. Left arm opens up. Again, if you want to give yourself a little self-assist, take that right hand and press it down the leg, elongating that line from the left shoulder to the left knee. Deep inhale. And exhale, windshield wiper back and forth. Take whatever final postures are calling to you, and then we'll just open up here, spread out, taking our final resting posture of Shavasana. Now for some of us, that's spreading out to all corners of the mat, of the room. For some of us, that's the Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly pose. Maybe the knees come together and soles of the feet come out. So whatever feels good for you. You can have your hands resting outward. Or bring them to the center of the body. Give yourself a hug. Thank your body for bringing you to the mat today. Thank you for all it does to keep you safe and healthy. Letting go of whatever thoughts are flying around in the head. Let's take a deep, steadying inhale. And then a long, cleansing exhale. One more just like that. Give yourself one final big hug, big squeeze. And then roll on over to your favorite side. Coming into the pose of new beginnings. My favorite way to end a yoga class, because I always feel like I step off my mat feeling brand new, and I hope you do too. Use your opposite hand to press you up to a comfortable seated position. Take a deep breath in as you bring those hands up high to the sky. And then exhale them down through heart center. Deep breath in, hands come up. Then exhale this time. We'll do a slight twist to the right side. Look out over the right shoulder. These twists are great for the internal organs, giving them a nice massage. Inhale. And exhale back to center. Deep breath in. And exhale to the left side, so you can think of these twists as being very detoxifying for the body. Which is nice if, like most people, you have a few extra adult beverages in your recycling bin right now and in your fridge. deep breath in. And exhale, hands back to center. We'll take a deep inhale as you reach. And exhale, bring those hands down through heart center. Breathe in. And exhale the thumb knuckles to third eye center. The light in me sees and acknowledges the light in each and every one of you. So in saying this and practicing together over the internet, I know that we are the same, that we are one. So together we bow and say namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis, for coming to practice with me. I kept it to 45-ish minutes, so I'm not perfect. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that, like I said, you feel like you can leave your mat in some way brand new, something that you can share with others. I know I really needed to flow a little bit today. I have been getting outside more and more recently, which partially is from the beautiful weather and partially is from being in quarantine. So I know a lot of other people have been doing that too, so make sure that you're being kind to your body, stretching afterward. Make sure you're checking yourself for ticks, because those little guys are everywhere, at least around here. Hope that you're getting in some fun miles. I know my shirt today says run fasta. If you're from New England, you'll totally get that. I know I, for one, have logged, I think, 20-something miles just running since quarantine has begun. And that's not even counting hiking and walking and stuff, which has been really fun. And also a daily yoga practice, so thank you so much for practicing here with me. I want to know what you guys have been doing to keep yourself sane and active and feeling good during this time. My other hobby that I've been really excited to get back into is just reading for pleasure. So I've now read 2 or 3 books since quarantine started, and I have a whole stack more that I'm excited to devour and just really dive into. So once again, thank you so much for coming to practice with me. My name is Erin Westerman. And I am so grateful that you have found my channel, however you have found it. I look forward to our next video and getting to hang together virtually. So let me know what you think. Let me know what else you want to hear. And I'll see you guys soon.